he has shown he's a player in there. I like his physical attributes. I think he's more he's got a better physical presence.
He's a bigger forward than Davis.
Than playing against Davis. Davis can be a bit powder puff, and today's a game that I think we need to show them who's the boss. That would be my thinking behind it. I'm just a mere mortal. I'm only a mere mortal.
Nice Al.
Al, do you not think they've went for a bit of experience today just to get them through into a final, mate?
But you tell me the players in that team haven't got experience, like.
Lundstrom. I'm talking about, like, obviously you're saying put Lundstrom in, like, he's not really been to a semi-final. I mean,
he's a professional football player, but we can't wrap them in cotton wool, surely. He's played in England. He's played at Old Trafford. But a lot of players not part of the day. He's never played at Old Trafford or played against Liverpool at Anfield or went to the Emirates. So you can, like... You could flip it.
You could flip it, couldn't you?
You can flip it.
If he'd done all the changes, then Defoe and all that would be criticised to the hill because if they lost this today.
No. Look, I'm just saying we've got a new manager, and I know he doesn't get a work permit tomorrow, but for all intent purposes, he's a man. He's a man, and I think if he's distancing himself,
maybe that is his team out. Maybe that is his team.
Yeah. I think that's what we'll find out if there has been. It's like our first team, if you like. We'll see if that team takes the park and there's any formation changes. I think you might see that. You might see that. You might see Morelos up in the box there for 90 minutes, not coming over the halfway line to the 18-yard line and picking the ball up, and maybe even a bit of luck, puts two in the back of the pocket.
I hope so, man.
Maybe that would be a Defoe tweak, Cal, because maybe he would want the centre forward to play at centre forward, if that makes any sense.
Maybe you could be right, but I'd be telling Defoe's not the manager. Defoe has to work under the new manager, doesn't he? I'm sure he worked under the previous manager. I don't know how much Defoe has, how much influence he's got in today's game. Is it not the boy McMillan's the de facto manager, if you like? He's a leader.
Yep. Yes.
Or are we picking a team now by committee?
Maybe. Like you might be right, mate. It might have been by committee.
So you never know.
You know,
I don't see any problems today. Like that team's got plenty of experience.
That's how I'm meaning, mate. That I wouldn't be put any blame at Gio's door today. If that's the team, like I'm not saying he's picked that team, but I think what it says your Defoes and the B team have decided to pick that team today. I don't think that, like, if we lost this today, that we can blame Gio for that team. I think Gio's got to be doing observations today. For Thursday, if you know what I mean.
Done. Like a Coutinho done.
Aye, I think so.
Aye. So I don't want history repeating herself. I think we've got a better manager than Pedro Coutinho, but that's what I'm getting at. If you're in there and you're the boss, it falls at your door. You can't then say, I was sitting in the stand and it was Jermaine Defoe's fault because he picked Alfredo Morelos to play up front. He's a boss. He's sitting in the manager's office. He's a boss. He has to take the blame. He has to carry the can, I would imagine.
I heard you get a wee surprise when you were talking to the boss the other night.
I said that to Fox. Who is she? Like, is she somebody's wife?
The boss is the boss.
No, because if she's somebody's wife, I'll be a bit more respectful. But if she's nobody's wife in the show, I could give you my true thoughts. Is that too much?
I would say that she's enjoyed a lot of respect. There you go.
All right. Okay. I just thought it was Fox.
Well, with tight underpants on.
Aye, something like
that. Where I do agree with you, mate, is see if I was going into a new job, I would want to go in there and get stuck in and get on with it. But I think it's one of these things, isn't it? You always see it that the new manager's announced and they always have this kind of one game. They sit in the stands and watch, and then they prepare for the next game coming. It's a strange one, isn't it?
You missed the next game with COVID.
Aye, COVID. But our last manager didn't do that.
He came in at the end of the season, start of the season, didn't he? Wasn't he?
No, I'm telling you, he didn't do that yesterday. He was straight in his first game. You know what I mean? So I think I'm just want him to be the figurehead. I'm really keen for him to get his feet under the table, if you like, or under the desk, in the manager's desk, and produce results.
What are the people saying in your part of the world about it, mate? About the surprise?
I was talking to. But I was talking to a Jordanian boy the other day there. Right. He'd heard about it. He's actually an Arsenal fan. That's how we heard about it. I'm working with a Chilean boy. He said to me, I hear Gio's got to come. That was before he'd actually signed. I think that was before I spoke to him on Saturday morning. Friday night into Saturday morning, I spoke to him. I know there's something. It was in that Harat. I read that Harat, the Israeli paper. I seen it in the back of that online. So, it's all over the world. Like.
And do you think that where do you see Van Bronckhorst standing in the game? I mean, when you look at his record, there's a lot of similarities to the previous manager.
Well, look, I've heard people say that he's got more trophies under his belt, but he's on the park. He's nowhere near Steven Gerrard's skill or ability, I would think, and he's nowhere near his world name. So, you're stealing for Peter to pay Paul, if you like. But you get one, you take away another. I don't know. Gerrard's a bigger name worldwide than Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
I would agree with that. But,
of course it is.
But if Van Bronckhorst goes and wins this trophy, goes and wins the league, he starts moving away from Gerrard in our eyes, doesn't he?
In our eyes, only until such times as he moves to an Arsenal or a Barcelona and wins Champions League in Hingleys would he surpass or overtake Steven Gerrard. But I did hear that on the radio the other day there. We might be another stepping stone to the Premier League. So, I think that's what we've got to look at as well.
That's how
he's getting linked to the Arsenal job already.
Great. Right, people have just been joining us, guys. Give us a team.
So our starting 11 is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Balogun, Barisic, Kamara, Davis, Arfield, Aribo, Kent and Morelos. And the substitutions is McLaughlin, Bassey, Patterson, Lundstrom, Jack, Bacuna, Hadji, Wright and Fashion Jr.
I would say there's a few guys unlucky there. I mean, obviously people will say Bacuna had a good game the last time out. I agree with him. He done okay. He scored a good goal. Fashion Sakala, people started enjoying him. Big Bassey, very unlucky in my eyes, Val. But is that not a good thing? Competition for places at last.
Yeah, competition for places. It might maybe Bacuna, but I think Barisic still takes. He's just a better player. Is Bacuna Surinamese, and so is I think that's Van Bronckhorst.
I think the same background, mate. I think they're the same background.
They've got the same background there. So maybe you might want to talk to Bacuna, say, look, brother, do a bit here. I don't know if nepotism's is a good thing or a bad thing. So I quite like Bacuna as well. He's maybe not had enough time. He's maybe somebody that gives us a bit of legs in midfield.
I like Bacuna too.
We seem to buy players though. Do you think we buy players and then we didn't give them game time? You know, it took the Zambian boy to get up to speed. We've never seen about anything.
He got injured. Aye.
Bacuna up to speed to a certain extent, Lundstrom up to speed, and you know what I mean. It seems to take us a while. I think we said years ago, he used to play beside the Friday, was playing on the Saturday and scored 2 goals. What happened to that? Complete Bedlam gentle now.
And there's a lot of differences in modern football, aren't there? A lot of things. I don't know if they're better or worse, you know. But the one for me is Lundstrom. I don't know if we'll quite got the position for him yet. He came in and he was poor. Then he took off, and I think it was in 4 games in a row. He was arguably our best player. Then he's dipped a wee bit, and then he's got to get back in the team and see what it takes us. But maybe it's the demands of playing with a club that every game you've got to get 7, 8 out of 10.
I mean, Lundstrom, I agree with you with the position thing. I felt when we signed Lundstrom, he was going to be the kind of Arfield position, whereas, like, I don't know, the managers, our previous manager tried to mould him into the Davis position, and eventually he did get to kind of grips with it. But it might be one of the ones where our new boss comes in and sees Lundstrom as a more forward midfielder rather than this kind of sitting defensive midfielder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's shown some excellent games for us, and then he seems to be higher lows out at the moment. Maybe that consistency he's striving for.
Aye, definitely. Look, do you think the new manager's got to bring in young Kelly? He's got to promote youth? Is he going to put... I don't want to be hanging with Tavernier, but surely God Parsons got to get a lot more game time as well for the new manager, or will these guys fall by the wayside? Do you think he's a manager that's going to promote the youth? See something different in the guys?
Can I answer that one in about a year out?
Aye. Just son I think
when you're a professional manager, mate, I know how to say one game at a time. You have planning and you talk to players, and I don't doubt for a minute that they've talked to young Patterson and how many games they're going to try and give him this year. I think it was Southside said they would be involved between 20 and 25 games. I don't think he'll be far away for that at the time the season finish. And then, but it becomes, when he gets in, he should be in for good. But if Tav keeps performing, GB, he'll not get in.
I know, and if the assists for Tav keep climbing as well, that's a hard thing, isn't it? Like, you look at a couple of previous league games, Tav's been again high up there in the assists. I'm not saying that Patterson couldn't do the exact same thing and get high assists either. It's going to be a tricky one because they're going to have to keep Patterson happy because he's doing that well with Scotland. He's getting a lot of praise. So something's going to have to give. But it's very hard, isn't it, to drop a guy who's performing well and he's your club captain as well.
I think your team will evolve, Al. I think your team would evolve to the matter who's there. You know?
Do you think the club captain will change?
Not at the moment. Nope.
No.
You?
Aye, I would hope it would. No offence to... I want that leader, that vocal leader, angry leader on the park, controlled aggression. It would be the first thing I would do if I came in. Mm-hmm. Saying thanks very much.
To
who? I maybe need to bring a player in. I
can't see that happening at the minute. Since he's bringing players in, but I just think Tavernier's there for potentially this season, and we'll see what it takes us. GB?
For me, I think it's just going to be kind of keep the settled team now, mate. I just think if we run in there and give disruption, do we really want to give Celtic an upper hand? I think Gio will want to kind of probably keep the team nice and settled, and as the weeks and months go on, I think he'll put his ideas into the team, but I don't think he'll look for disruption, mate. I just can't see it. I think he'll want to just keep the momentum going.
You could read a lot of things into that if that's the way he was wanting to play it. Like it's a risky game. That I think you've got to put your own stamp on it and sink or swim by your own stamp, but no relying on another manager's players playing a system that was another manager's system. If you like, I think you've got to put your stamp on it.
I think there'll be players go, mate, and then you'll see players coming in, and that's when he'll be judged in his signings, and it'll be tweaks, because we're not going to be. I don't think it'll be 6 and 7 or 8 going out, and 6 and 7 or 8 coming in. I think it'll be 2s going out and maybe 2s coming in, and then people will compare them. If that makes sense, you know. But we'll see what it takes us. How's it going to go today for you, GB?
I win for Rangers. I mean, I'm looking for at least a 3-0 the day. But I think that you're making a point there about the team evolving and stuff like that. I think the day will be a kind of show and tell of who's wanting to stay at the club, who's wanting to go out there and get to a final. I mean, this is where you want to see the performances. And then if you see anybody not really pulling their weight today, then that's the kind of guys that are not really interested in being here, I think.
We'll see. I mean, obviously, somebody who wants to stay might have a bad game, and we can read too much into it. But listen, I'm just hoping that we play to our potential, Al, and if we play to potential, we'll win comfortably, big man. Eh?
Oh, aye, that's the war cry, isn't it? It's, if we play, we win. Definitely, I think so. We've already beat them a few weeks ago. How many weeks ago was that we played them?
5, 6?
4 or 5 weeks ago. It was easy peasy then. It'll be easy peasy again. I've recall. Look, Kent, you want to see him. That's one player. Gerrard signings I like. The other ones I'm hit and miss with, but Kent, I would like to see Kent stay and perform for us. And I think he will.
He loves this kind of platform, doesn't he? He does. The big stage. I'll give him he's doing that every big game. He turns up for it. He's not one of these players that doesn't turn up for the big games. So the day is just set up perfect for him, I think.
Well, a couple of years ago, he made a mistake by saying that, I'm paraphrasing, but he wasn't up for the big games. Remember, he came out with that phrase, and I think he knew he made a boo-boo that day. And I think for that day in the big games, he's been a big game player. Europe against the Animals. Oh, can I just get a big shout out to the Dad's Army for Oz?
Did you see that, Al? Did you see that?
On, boys, eh?
Class.
On, boys.
Dad's
Army, man. Oh, brilliant.
Hope they're all safe as well, Al. I hope everybody was
but the boys are safe.
I hope so.
Some of them got Gleisterized.
No, I'm saying.
Sorry, though, man.
I'm meaning the Dad's Army. I hope nobody was hurt yesterday.
I think they're all brand new. Go on yourself, boys.
How embarrassing was that, Al? How embarrassing was
that? When there's nobody there, eh? Nobody there. They thought they'd take on a couple of women and a couple of old boys, eh? He's don't like it up, these boys. Well, in saying that, they probably do like it up them, but
no, keep it clean.
I know.
Anyway, I'm going to go in the GB camp, for Rangers. Use your score before we go out.
I'm doing my else. You got to get a hat trick.
Oh, lovely.
That'll do. Right, GB.
Well, thanks very much. That's been a quick 45, Ox. But like I says, come on, the Rangers. Let's get into them the day. Let's get to an Old Firm final and show them who's who.
Yeah. Thanks to Big Al. Thanks for Andy. He was short and brief. Don't know what he got. I hope he's still alive.
It looks as though he's been caught with a UFO.
Close encounter. Thanks to yourself, GB, and of course Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle. Remember, it can go to extra time, but hopefully not. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Scotland's gallant few. successful team in football. For Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, who followed me around.